Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Batman's, Ben Affleck's future DCEU. No one knows what's what's going on, but there's some rumours and leaks with respect to the Flash. Apparently, he doesn't die now, which was thought that he was, and it was going to be the end. So let's dive into it. Let's take a look. Fascinating stuff as always. If you're new here, do it, subscribe, give the video a like, and do share it. The reason why I say that is it helps to engage with the content, because then you'll get notified in future if you're not notified now, which a lot of people have problems with, annoyingly. But here you go. So the Flash test screening reportedly reveals the fate of Ben Affleck's Batman in the DCEU. So slight spoilers, I guess. Kind of, obviously. But new intel from a test screening of the Flash has revealed that Ben Affleck's Batman will fare through the events better than Superman, as he will reportedly survive the calamitous reality-smashing events of DC's upcoming pseudo-Snyderverse sequel. Interesting. With Affleck seemingly done with the CALNE DC, which he basically said, it appeared cut and dry that only the choice to move the DCU forward to kill off Batman, the Snyderverse one, as was reportedly what Warner Brothers originally had in mind. However, it seems Grace Randolph is hearing that this is no longer the case. So what is she hearing? You crazy Snyderverse fans, how you managed to stay alive is incredible. Now, I hear that Batfleck does not die in The Flash after all. At least not the most recent cut, anyway. Now, June 2023, and a Discovery merger is a long, long path indeed. We'll see what happens. Essentially saying, ladies and gents, that things are going to change in terms of with the Discovery merger, which a lot of people have speculated now anyway. That they're going to keep the Snyderverse alive, which I can see that they would, I guess, yeah. But anyway, 2 weeks later, Randolph was doubled down, saying in a recent follow-up post, Batfleck merely makes it out of the Flash alive. Kind of, you'll see. Doesn't what? So he kind of makes it out alive. Other scoopers are now simply confirming the news I broke first. She noted, making it a point to remind everyone that she's been saying this all along. There was a screening of The Flash again last night, but let's not get ahead of ourselves with crazy conspiracy theories. Not a bunch of dude bro scoopers acting like I didn't break this story weeks ago. Great. Fantastic. Hubris in their mind. So anyway, likewise, Randolph is standing by her previous reporting that DC Films is looking at their future and planning to make the next cinematic Justice League be female-led, with its roster dominated by Wonder Woman, Supergirl and Batgirl, except now Warner Brothers will be holding on to the Snyderverse as a plan B. Basically, the Flash movie will put the Snyderverse off to the side for Warner Brothers to access it. This was basically always the case. They'd always hinted at that it would just create a new reality. Should they so choose sometime in the future, the Snyderverse is still largely removed from the DCEU with the changes about, Keaton's Batman, Supergirl, etc. But that's always been the case. These changes, as previously reported by Randolph, include the new Superman, working with Black Canary, Batgirl as the new Batman. So this is what she said before. As I told you with Update, The Flash, Batfleck's final appearance, old footage of Cavill used on TV, because apparently they kill him off when he's like a kid or something like that. Which is, alright, sure. New Justice League formed, Supergirl is the new Superman, Keaton working with Black Canary, picks Batgirl as the new Batman. This is the new DC, let's be open-minded and give it a fair shot. As encouraging as this update ought to be, it has to be taken into consideration that The Flash is meant to be Affleck's last outing, at least for now, which Randolph maintains. So although he doesn't die, he's done anyway, by the sounds of it. So at the beginning of the year, Randolph asserted that The Flash would be Batfleck's last appearance, as Ben Affleck wished. I mean, he's literally said, I'm done. Let's talk about Batfleck in The Flash. Shall we? We are more interested in what Batfleck does than Keaton. Stop ignoring the Snyderverse connections. Keaton this, Keaton that. Tell me about Batfleck. It's his last appearance, as Ben Affleck wished. You should respect that. I mean, she's not wrong. He doesn't want to be in it, so do respect it, but also still, it's nice. I mean, it must be nice for him to know that he's wanted. So Snyderverse, not entirely lost, right? But the Flash is delayed again. And the thing is, there's lots of rumours that Grant Gustin's now going to take over from Flash. Nothing's been confirmed with that. I mean, Ezra Miller is a PR nightmare. And, I mean, they've delayed it. I cannot imagine that they wouldn't want to change things with him now. But moving the Snyderverse off into its own thing. Because basically, the original report was that they were going to reassert the new universe with these new characters, but it was going to be an offshoot universe, so that if they wanted to, they could still go back to the Snyderverse. That was what they were saying, because obviously when you open up this multiversal world, you can do that if you want. So that was still going to have existed in a different time, a different place, and it was going to be its own thing. And if they wanted to come back to it, they could have. That had always been the case. That was when I last reported on all of this, that they were going to swap out Superman for Supergirl and all of this. That's nothing new. But then, of course, and now Ezra Miller's done this in Hawaii, basically, like, he was arrested and charged. And then also, after he was bailed, he burst into two people's rooms and threatened to kill them. Says, "I will bury you and your slut wife." And then he went and robbed them. I mean, this is the person that's leading the DCEU? What a joke. You know, and then people are like, "Oh, he's got mental health problems." Really? Never would have bloody guessed. And he's been the source. People have called the police on him 10 times since he's been in Hawaii. The guy's a joke. He should never have been wheeled out as this beacon for records, being broken in superhero movies. Oh, it's our first, non-conforming gender, binary Digimon for, superheroes. They should never have done that. It's really, no, the guy's not well. It's clear for anyone with half a brain to see that he's not well. But there you go. Ben Affleck apparently doesn't die. He makes it through to the end, kind of. Which to me seemingly reveals that, well, I don't know, that they're just going to go and, well, I don't know. I mean, if he makes it through to the end, kind of, but it's a flashpoint, does that mean we get Thomas Wayne? I don't know. We get the other Batman. Maybe this Batman just simply retires and goes, "You know what, I've done enough now. You can lead the charge, Keaton. Cheers, mate. See you later." You might be older and stuff, but who cares? So what do you guys think? Let me know down below. I don't know what to make of this, but yeah, let me know what you think. Doesn't die, apparently, but it's still his last outing, so it's basically the same. But, I mean, I'm sure that will give people loads of hope. But let me know what you guys think. There's other people running around the internet going, "The DCEU's definitely still continuing." I mean, it's with Supergirl and Batgirl in place. It's definitely not. That's not the same Snyderverse, is it? I mean, it's not. Categorically, it's not the same. But never mind. Cheers, guys. Take care.